When the story starts out, our main protagonist, Rocky Balboa, has been retired from professional boxing for over 20 years and now runs a local restaurant in his native Philadelphia named after his late wife, Adrian. Times have changed, and the story deals with aging as Rocky's prime is well past him. His wife's been gone a couple years. His son resents him as he tries to make his way in the corporate world, but yet still in the shadow of his very famous father. So without his wife, his son, the adulation that came with, his boxing career, he kind of feels that there's like a void in his life, and I'd say at this point he's pretty much lost. Until one day, ESPN has a simulated boxing match between him and the current champion, Mason Dixon, much like the one that they had in the 70s with Muhammad Ali and Rocky Marciano, kind of pitting past versus present to see who would win. And Rocky won, which sparked something in Rocky's mind to get reinstated for his boxing license so he could have a couple of local boxing matches, pretty much just to exercise some demons and, maybe have some purpose back into his life. Once he gets reinstated, the promoters that manage the champion come to Rocky with a proposition for him to face the current champion in a non-title match that they'll donate some of the money to charity, which at first Rocky says no because, he's older and he doesn't want to be like a laughing stock. But, after they give him a sales pitch and he starts to think about it, he pretty much kind of thinks to himself, this is probably my chance to prove that I still have some worth in life, that, my life isn't dwindling down, and, I'm older, but, I still have something to live for. At first, his son is completely against it, and everyone else in his life is pretty much, telling him he's old, he's foolish, but everyone eventually comes around and realizes, that this is what he needs to do. This is what he needs to validate himself, and, so he trains for the fight, and he gets to the fight. He ends up lasting the full 10 rounds, I'm sorry. He ends up lasting the 10 rounds. He loses by a split decision, but, it kind of goes back to the first fight when he fought Apollo Creed, that it didn't matter if he won or lost. It was just about validating himself, that a man that is almost damn near 60 could go toe-to-toe with a much younger fighter and still be in the fight. It gave him some validation in his life, and yeah. So